Hey guys, this is Jay in the Backyard Woodwork. I got a friend that wanted a click pencil for his daughter and wanted it made as festive as I could, and he liked the sample pen that I had put together before, so I went ahead and got a slimline, or excuse me, a Funline slimline click pencil. It's got the copper fittings on it, and I am using all of my cutoffs to create a very fun pen for his daughter. I've got enough cutoffs now put together to assemble the first blank. There is a second blank, and I have a number of pieces still available down here that I'm going to piece together and come up with a second fun one. Try to make it as different as I can from the original one so that there aren't too many similar colors in there. And we'll give it a spin on the turn. So I went ahead and found enough pieces to assemble and make two really cool looking blanks. And since I told my buddy who wants to buy it that I'd make a video showing him the steps I went through to create it, so that he could then in turn later show his daughter, I am. So this is what the first one's going to look like, and the second one's going to look with the darker creamer colors. And so I'm getting ready to assemble them now, and what I'll do is I'm going to flip over to the other camera. So now I'm on the other camera, which is the actual back side of the iPhone. And I always have a real problem trying to decide how to hold the camera while I do the work so that you get a real good video of it. That's probably not going to happen right now. But I'm going to attempt to find something. Give me a few seconds. Alright. We're going to try this. Alright, so what we do is we start, these are the two blanks they're going to look like, and basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to take them off the spool, take it just off the spool one at a time, so I know approximately what order they were in. There we go. And now I'm going to use a little bit of sandpaper and rough up this brass tube some so that it'll accept the glue better, and it won't just slide off. So I just like to put, it's a brass tube, and they say when they manufacture them, they use a little bit of oil to get it out of the mold, and so it's good to rough it up. You get some of that oil residue off, and you create a little bit of grooves in it. See how we've done here? Alright, so I have a, it's called a pin insertion tool, and you just stick the blank on the end of it, and then we'll use a dab of glue. I do 3 long runs of the glue on here, get a real good coverage, and then I slide on one piece, twist it up some so that it picks up its adhesion. I'll slide on another piece. We'll slide on another piece, then we'll slide on this last piece. Alright, now it's starting to stick to my pen tool. Alright, now I want to turn it so that it won't be such an obnoxious piece of work to... Alright. I'm going to have gaps in there. And I need not to have gaps in there. So I'm going to turn them around until they... Alright, maybe I'm not going to do much more turning with them because that sucker is pretty much on there now. Yep, I'll say. I'm trying to get the last gaps out of them. Alright. Now I take... Now I take a clamp here, which I'll show you once I get it done. And I'm gonna run these jokers together really good now. Remember, I'm trying to get the gaps out of the middle of them. So I don't want to show a gap between them when I'm turning it down. Out of focus a little bit, let's see. Alright, so there we go. That's the first one. It'll take a little while to glue up. And while that's setting over there, I will go ahead and do the other one. Nice new glue. Man, it works so well. And what I like to do is, since like right now it is winter time, and by that I mean it is January. Today is January 13th, 2011. And it was supposed to be about 60 degrees outside today. And that has not happened yet. It seems to still be pretty much on the overcast and foggy. There's a pretty good breeze going on out there, not too bad. I have just gotten over the flu, so I'm not at my finest yet. And so I'm wearing a heavy coat, and it's making me hot. Alright, so now I've got number 2 scratched up. Let's see. Give it some glue up here. Just run some glue over it. Give it some twisties. One on. And you know what I forgot to do on the other one? I forgot to put glue on the pieces, because we are gluing them together. So now I'm going to be putting glue on them. So it's going on the tube, and I'm putting glue on the pieces individually. I want a real good, solid, firm product when I'm done. I don't want to be turning and all of a sudden they all break apart and start spinning individually. That's no fun. And the cool thing about a fun line is, or this slim line, fun line, whatever you want to call it, each company sells it as a different product, so whatever. The really cool thing about it is I'm going to be turning way more of this off than what's going to be left behind. So it's okay to get fancy some. Alright, let me work this off before I have a problem and have it stuck on my pin turn tool. Alright, so I got that off. And I like to clean the tip of this with sandpaper. Just get that extra glue off of there real quick. And then let me grab another clamp. glued my hand on that one. Alright. Ouch. Alright, so we got that one glued up. So now I got the two brass tubes have acrylic blanks glued onto them, and I will not have to worry about drilling a hole through them because that process has already been done. These are cut off pieces. You can see my box here. You get about a 5-inch piece of block and you cut it down to what you need, and usually you're left with a bunch of little cutoffs. Here's a pasta blank cutoff. Alright, I have the two blanks loaded on my lathe. I have a 3/4 inch bowl gouge that I'm about to use to trim the fat off of this. I have a dust collection system that is down here. Nothing fancy, but it does the job for picking up the amount of crud that comes off of that thing. I have a custom made air freshener system that makes breathing in here a little bit easier, and I'm going to turn on my lathe. I'm going to put this on the rest, and I'm going to start trimming the fat off of this. I'll be back.